Okay, here we are starting up again, a couple seconds later. So we're ready to start. I'm going to connect and just hold this terminal on here. So red from the controller is going to red on the coils, and black from the coils is coming back to here. We're gonna try it, and we're gonna get no response. Well, actually, we got the fault. But you didn't hear a click from the contactors. And the reason you didn't hear a click from the contactors is I think this output is blown. Now we show a code 3, which is a failure to precharge, which makes perfect sense because the yellow wires didn't see any difference. We're going to do the same thing after I clear the faults on the gray wire, except that I'm going to put the terminal back on the gray wire. So we're going to clear. We're going to look at the errors that are 16 and 17, and then we're going to clear the errors. They cleared. We got 5 volts on the bus. We're going to hit this, and you hear the contactors pull in, and then they pull out. I would actually probably be better off to take an alligator clip from yellow to green in order to signify a start, because I'm taking a long time doing that, and I'm not sure if that's causing trouble for the controller. In any case, you can look at the blink code. You will again see that it's code number 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we go into the error management. We display errors, and we see no current. And we see a history of 16 and 17, which still confuses me. Codes have cleared. We're back to a ready to start. Now, I don't understand how come we have 5 volts on this bus, but if you'll watch, I don't know how easy it's going to be to see. I'm going to get out of the way here, and we're going to hit and we got 24, 22, 20, 18, 16, so it did go to 24 volts briefly while the contactors were pulled in, and then there must be some sort of a bleed circuit in there that brings it down to 5 volts afterwards. So the contactors are pulling in. We are getting the 24 volts up into the controller. We don't have really high resistance connections. It is actually showing 24 volts. It's before the 1 second timeout. We're not getting a code 4. I'm not really sure where to go from here, and I'm looking for information. And there we go, clearing the errors. So I do think that there is something wrong with the output on the primary channel for the contactor. I have both contactors running off of the secondary channel, and perhaps there is a load issue there, but if there is, it's the exact same fault that we're getting when there are no loads connected to the controller, which it's hard for me to believe, but I guess I'm looking for information. There's one more thing. When I had 1 contactor instead of 2, the voltage on the bus showed 10 volts. Right now it shows 5 volts. If I jumper out this contactor that's not on, you will see the voltage. Okay. Well, maybe you won't see what the voltage rises. No, that's the right one. Keeps falling off. Okay. So we jumper that out, and the bus voltage rises to 9 volts. So perhaps this is indicative of something. I'm not sure what, but it doesn't appear to make any sense. At least in my world, it doesn't make any sense that connecting to a circuit that is not actually powered and has no way to leak, because this contactor is open, should change the voltage. If I shut the pack off, you notice that the voltage falls back down to 5 volts. This is very hard for me to understand. Because I have measured multiple times, this contactor is open. It is over 4 giga-ohms, which is as high as my meter will go. The fuse is not tracking on the outside. The switch is not tracking on the outside. So right now it goes up to 9 volts, and I disconnect this, and it drops back down to 5 volts. It doesn't make any sense to me. Hopefully it makes sense to someone who's troubleshooting it, because it's indicative of something they can tell me to try.